today's video is going to be a conversational video. It's about something that I feel very passionately about, and I want you guys to comment below with your responses and how you feel about this as well, and like discuss this, because I feel like it's really important that we talk about this. Today's video is actually going to be a fashion hacks video, but then I was browsing on my Instagram feed in the morning and I was just like, okay, I need to do this video today because everything is so perfect and that's just so wrong. So for a lot of you who don't know, I started YouTube 5-6 years ago and things were very different then. The whole point of content creation was people sharing their experiences with other people to empower them and to stand out as being different and not so perfect. Whereas today I feel like the whole social media space, YouTube, Instagram, everything else, is how everyone's lives look so perfect. And it's really scary because I don't think anybody can achieve perfection, not the creator, not the consumer, and that kind of leaves everybody unhappy. So as I said, when I started YouTube, it was all about celebrating people's imperfections, how people are different, and each creator kind of had their own niche and stood for something, you know. They weren't just like clones of each other. And now I feel like everybody looks the same on Instagram, everybody looks the same on YouTube, and it's just really weird because you've kind of lost that whole space of being unique and what people identify you with. And honestly, I'm kind of fed up of seeing Instagram feeds that look so perfect, where all the pictures are shot professionally, they're edited, they're posted. When I started Instagram, honestly, I was in New York on the Sunsilk event, and all the other girls were on Instagram because Instagram really hadn't hit India at the time. And I was like, oh, what is this? And I got onto it just to be tagged in those pictures, and then I got addicted to it and I started posting. And now when I look back at my older posts, when they pop up in my, you know, the like time hop as a reminder, and I look at how simple things were, like when people posted their OOTDs or when you shared stuff on Instagram, it was so unpolished and so real. And today when you look at Instagram, everything is so perfect, like whether it's a brand page, whether it's a creator's page, whether it's anyone, you know, everybody is striving for perfection and they think 20 times before posting. Now, my Instagram page is far from perfect and it's got a mishmash of stuff, and I don't really think before posting about how it's going to look. But there are so many ways of posting now that you think, oh, is this like for an Instagram story, or is this like a proper post? Is it worthy of being a proper post? And that's bizarre that we've all started thinking that way because we want our feed to look a certain way. Like maybe say 3 years ago, I would post a random picture of coffee in my hand, right? Which I don't think now a lot of people would post, because with the new algorithm and things like that, stuff like that won't even show up on people's feeds. And you just end up thinking so much before you post, which is bizarre because the whole point of all these platforms was to express yourself, was to share your life with other people, share your experiences with other people, be real, be candid, and just have fun with it and not make it into this thing, you know. And that you can see is going on to other platforms as well. Like now with YouTube, like I see it with so many of your comments. A lot of people are like, oh, change your content, change the way you shoot, change your lighting, change this, change that. And I feel like, wow, it's because people are seeing other people's videos and that's what they want. They want you to shoot like someone else, or they want you to edit like someone else, or have a full-blown team. And the point of YouTube was for independent creators to create content this way, like I am right now with a camera and just me. But now everybody wants people to have a team, wants people to have like a full-blown edit with an editor, things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like that's not what the platform was, you know. Like the point of the platform was that it's real people doing real things, being raw, being not so edited, being themselves. And like for me as well, I've been looking for a team for like a year now, like trying to get a cinematographer and an editor, but I haven't found anyone who sticks to my rawness or how I see my content. Like I don't want everything to be polished and perfect because then that won't be me, and then I don't want to be compared to like a magazine or a production house, because that's not what I started out to do. That's what I feel has drastically changed on social media, where everybody is projecting this image of perfection, and that's why you see so many creators now taking breaks, because obviously they can't keep up with it, and there's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, because people are getting a lot of comments about these things, and the pressure to create content or to create a certain type of content has just blown out of proportion. It is not people giving you friendly advice anymore. It is people like really attacking people, or people being really nasty to people, which really gets to a lot of people. And that's why you find a lot of creators just taking breaks, or a lot of creators going off platforms completely. Like the other day I saw a video that Evelina posted. It was along similar lines, and she said she's not been active on the platform for the last 2 years because she just felt like a lot of anxiety with content creation, and when she was younger and doing things, she was just happy and she was just enjoying the whole process. So sadly that has kind of vanished. Like I feel for a lot of creators, they've stopped enjoying the process because it's not them anymore. They're just trying to churn out content like a factory, and you cannot do that. You can't keep up with that. And that's exactly why I took a break, I think 2 months ago, and I got so much flack from people about how I was lazy and how I didn't want to work, or things like that. But the point is, I don't think people understand what goes behind creating content, and how you need to be creative in a space and be happy in a space. Because if you're stressed out, you won't be able to create like cool content or happy content, obviously, because that will show in your content. Today when I look at bloggers or vloggers, like again, now there's so many people doing this. Like when I started, there were all of like 5 people on YouTube in India, and bloggers, I think there was pretty much only Miss Malini and a couple of people around. There was really no one else. And now there's so many people that there's so much content out there, and everybody's trying to outdo the other, or look better than the other, or be more perfect than the other, which I feel like is so wrong, because the point is to be you and not to be perfect. And I remember I did a video called The Perfect Imperfections Tag, and I will put it here. This was very long ago, and I still remember that's what we were celebrating then. Like it was about imperfection, it was about how you're and I just feel like that's what everybody is taking out of the equation, and everybody is just becoming a clone of the other. Like you look at Instagram feeds, I feel like they're all looking the same. Like everybody's got these fantastic pictures that are shot by photographers, they are edited, and they look really cool, and it's all about perfection. Like the perfect feed, the perfect number of followers, the perfect number of likes. And I just feel like that is not how things should be, because they should be real. They should be a reflection of a person genuinely enjoying their life, and not just selling stuff, which is what's happening a lot today again, which has just become like, okay, this is a perfect product for you, that is a perfect product for you, I look so amazing, I look so this. And nobody is really creating content for the love of it anymore, which is really, really scary. Like when I do brand deals, I've always tried to limit it to say 20% of my content on whatever platform it is, and the rest is just stuff I genuinely want to share with people. Like when I did my last minute holiday tips, or when I did the lipstick hacks video, or what did I do last, to buy or not to buy. They're all just videos that I want to share those experiences with people. It's not sponsored by anyone, it has nothing to do with any brands. Most of the things in them have been bought by me. So I just feel like that whole system has just completely died, and it's all become about how many videos can you do in terms of sponsored videos, and how amazingly well can they be produced, and how many views can you get on them. And that pressure is what kind of burns people out, because it's impossible for any creator to be living with that every day. Like that is insane amounts of pressure, and it's just really boring. Like I just feel like it's lost all the fun. Like I mean, when I look at my Instagram feed, most of the time I'm looking at it out of habit, but I'm not really engaged, and I'm not really like, wow, oh my god, this is so cool, oh my god, I love this. It's not just content creators. Everybody wants, great pictures for their feed and wants their feed to look amazing. And I think that's because that's what's being pushed on you as people. When you look at other people's Instagram, you see perfection, and then you think, oh my god, I can't post this picture because I'm not dressed up, or I'm not, like I remember a few years ago, I used to post a lot of barefaced selfies, and it was so normal, and people were just like, oh yeah, this is fun, and a lot of people would do it. And then Instagram just became so polished and proper, and everybody now only puts like great pictures on their feed, and that kind of makes you think before posting, and you stop posting a lot of things that you don't think will do well, because you're like, oh, what's the point, nobody's gonna like it anyways. Everything has become so commercial, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. Everybody wants you to buy views, buy likes, buy comments, buy engagement. And I just feel like that is so sad, because when I started out, at least, doing this, everything you saw was genuine, like on the internet, and that was the kind of impression people had, that you are a real person sharing honest and real views about things. And I feel like that today has become so diluted that you will see most of the people doing this, sadly, are not being honest with their audiences, which is really sad. They're not being realistic or real with their audiences, which again is really sad. They're giving you this unattainable, perfect life that you cannot attain, which I feel like it's unfair to both the creator as well as to the audience. And I really wish that more people would change this. Like, I have really tried to stick to my guns and not fall prey to this or become part of this perfect world, and I still shoot most of my pictures on my phone, or my content is still mostly not sponsored and a reflection of who I am. But I mean, I don't know how many people really get that or appreciate that with the kind of content that's being created today as well. But I really feel like I enjoyed the simpler times when YouTube was free of drama and when it was just genuine people sharing their lives with people to empower them to achieve the best version of themselves, or they follow their dreams and do what they wanted to do. And that was what I started out with, and that is still what I feel my channel should be. I still don't think I want it to ever be like this fully produced, fully, oh my god, this is a movie quality kind of situation, because that's not the point of it. Like, I mean, you can go to a theater and watch a movie if you want to, or you can watch shows on Netflix if you want that. The point of YouTube, according to me, was real content creators that are real people that don't necessarily have experience in shooting and editing, and they're just people sharing their lives with other people. Now, I know a lot of you will disagree with me, and a lot of you will say that this is how things progress and how the platforms are getting better, and no doubt about that. I don't disagree with you. I feel like we've all evolved. Obviously, I don't shoot with my webcam like I used to when I started out either, and we have evolved and moved forward. But I just feel like the whole direction that it's going into, where perfection is the ultimate aim, doesn't really help anyone, not the audience, not the creator. And I don't think that that should be happening, because we're living in a world today where everything is so digital. Everybody is talking about so many things that we didn't talk about 5 years ago or 10 years ago. But there's still this whole, cloud over our heads of perfection and how to achieve perfection. And I just feel like that is something that is not achievable. So it will keep you unhappy, because even if you look at other people's Instagram feeds, you'll be looking at them and going, I can't go on this holiday, I can't buy this, oh wow, how amazing her pictures look, mine never look this good. That's what I feel like. That's how you feel, right? At least I feel that way when I look at people's perfect pictures, because I know that they're not real, and that kind of perfection is unattainable. So as an audience, what do you guys feel? Do you guys like looking at that kind of stuff, or do you guys like looking at more real stuff that you can relate to? Because for me, it's definitely real stuff. And even in terms of creators, I like to watch people or see people that are more real and that are not just trying to sell me perfection or sell me something else. So I would love to hear from you guys in the comments on what your thoughts are about this, and for everybody commenting on my content as well. I read your comments, I always do, and I take what I can from them in terms of the best parts of them, and I try to work on myself as much as I can. But I just feel like the point of this platform is to be raw, to be real, to be you, and if I don't stay true to who I am as a content creator, I don't feel like I will ever be happy with what I create. And that's why I create the kind of content I create. So comment below, let me know your thoughts. And if you're not happy with this as well, I think you should speak up, because I feel like as an audience, you guys have the power to make things trend in a way that everybody kinds of follows them. Like if you like the perfection, that's why more people are trying to achieve the perfection. If you want a more real, genuine approach, I'm sure people will start to be more real and more genuine if that's what you project. And you guys comment on platforms and comment at people, I want to see more no makeup selfies, I want to see more real pictures, I want to see pictures that are shot by you yourself and not by like XYZ photographer. Yeah, I feel like that is the need of the hour. Otherwise, we are all going to go into this perfect cloned world, this digital world that is going to be perfectly cloned, with all of us looking like each other, speaking like each other, and trying to achieve perfection. So guys, comment below with your thoughts, and also comment below with if you guys want me to do more conversational videos like this, because I quite enjoyed that. So check out my last video here, subscribe here, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.